Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Weekly Bees. And this is our series I've got with the Director of Performance here, Garry Sanderson, who has written this wonderful book, The Change Engineer, How to Create the Environment for Revolutionary Collaborative Performance in your organization. We're going through the steps that can help you actually create your own revolution for collaborative performance. And we're on the fourth step now. Fourth step.
Yep.
And it's interesting. This is about adaptive. And I mean, we have a kind of a mantra here at Six, which is about learn, adapt, grow, learn, adapt, grow, that continuous cycle of improvement. Is that what you're talking about when describing adaptive in your model, or is it something slightly different?
Yeah, I think it's setting up the conditions for learning and most importantly for change. So again, the clients we're working with now, they're tackling problems they've never tackled before. So you can't meet those challenges without doing different things and learning from others as well as what you've done in the past. So it's really important, building on the psychological safety we talked about in the last part of the model. How do we use that to drive change? Because often, again, when we go to organizations, we see that people are unwilling to give and receive feedback. So we're not really getting a clear picture of the current environment. They're keeping their knowledge to themselves, often maybe because they're afraid to give it away and lose out to others in a political environment. And often there just seems to be a great unwillingness to change. So how can organizations be more than just the sum of the parts if they don't build on and share collective experience? And all organizations have the same ingredients, often have access to the same people, same knowledge, same systems, etc. But it's how that network of people connect and interact that drives the competitive performance of an organization. So in the adaptive model, really, there's at the heart of it is firstly actually knowing what's really going on, and that means externally and what are the trends moving in the world that will be impacted. But in the context of the model and creating the environment, you need to know what's going on inside the organization as well, and have an honest conversation and a way maybe even to gather anonymous data about the reality of behaviors, performance, and motivation in the organization. And building on that, particularly in knowledge-based organizations, which is where my background is, how do you create the connectivity and the willingness for people to share their knowledge, build on it? Because without that collective sharing, you can't really take the next steps to innovate and change. Underpinning all of this is actually a bit of psychology to understand why we resist change, because we all do. It's always a frustration for leaders, but it's completely natural for people to resist change. So that realization and starting to understand how to overcome that resistance is absolutely key.
Yeah, fantastic. So if you want to learn a little bit more about your organization and what's really going on, why don't you give us a call? We've got a lot of tools that Garry's developed, and we've worked with a lot of companies over the last 6 years now in helping them to understand how they can become more adaptive and actually start listening, like really listening to their organization. Anyway, I would love to hear your comments and any feedback that you have, and we'll see you next week on the Weekly Bees.
Cool.